You may have seen headlines about Starliner claiming the astronauts are stranded in space, along with comparisons with Boeing's current issues with their airplane quality control. But what actually is up with Starliner? Are the astronauts stranded? Will they need to be rescued? Is Starliner unsafe? The answer to all these questions is actually quite simple. No. So what is the actual problem? Before launch, Starliner had a helium leak in one of its RCS thrusters. Valve issues and seal problems resulted in a few launch scrubs. Before the mission finally got off the ground, a new helium leak was discovered. Helium is used to pressurize the fuel lines for the RCS thrusters. The leak was small, so they went ahead with the launch anyways, as it wasn't a huge issue. During approach to the ISS, 5 of the 28 RCS thrusters shut down. 4 of them were brought back online, and docking proceeded normally. They then found 4 more helium leaks. And that's basically it. Starliner was just having some trouble with a few of its RCS thrusters on the service module. There's nothing actually wrong with the capsule, it's just a few RCS thrusters. So, why the delays to return? As I said, the issues are on the service module. That part is discarded and burns up in the atmosphere as the capsule returns normally. As a result, engineers will not have any way to test the thrusters or pinpoint the problems once Starliner returns, as the thrusters will be destroyed in the atmosphere. So, they are keeping Starliner at the ISS for now, so they have more time to test the thrusters and determine the cause of the shutdowns and the leaks. Starliner only needs a small amount of helium for the RCS thruster during return. It has more than enough, so even with the leaks, they have plenty of time to return. Starliner has 28 RCS thrusters in the service module. Only 5 caused trouble. Even if they shut down those 5, the spacecraft can still easily orient itself for return. The service module orbiting, maneuvering, and attitude control engines used for deorbiting are fine and are still working as intended. The thrusters in the capsule are fine. The computers, life support, heat shield, and recovery are also all fine. Starliner can return to Earth at any time if they need it to. There aren't any problems with it that makes returning unsafe at this time. The only reason it's being delayed is so they can figure out the issues before the components causing the issues are discarded and burned up. The space shuttle suffered helium leaks and thruster malfunctions fairly often, but since the entire thing returned to Earth, engineers could inspect and work on them on the ground after a mission. With Starliner's issues, this isn't the case. If the problem was on the capsule's thrusters, then yeah, they could return to Earth and it would be fine, but since they're on the service module, you get the idea. NASA has been saying this constantly. The astronauts are not stranded and they do not need rescuing. But for-profit news media just cares about making profit. So bending truths and straight up lying in headlines to get gullible people to like and share without reading the article is just normal practice. And unfortunately, most people will not read articles. They assume headlines are good enough. And since headlines often bend the truth, remove context, or straight up lie to grab attention, this is a problem. There are a million reasons to dislike Boeing. I personally hate Boeing. There are also a million things to make fun of them for. You do not need to invent lies based on sensationalist headlines to do so. It's like getting an acceptance letter to a university, then sending them a large donation after the fact to try to improve your chances of getting in. It's stupid and unnecessary.